All right, good afternoon, everyone. Would someone mind closing the door? I am John Ziegler, the county's nuisance hearing officer. This hearing is being recorded. This hearing is being held pursuant to ordinance number 2023-04 and resolutions 2024-118 and 156. We're here today for three properties. We have case number 25-8001. The property is 3 Paseo Los Pareas. A notice of hearing was sent out by my office on September 8th, 2025 by mail to a Joseph Perea at the same address. The second property is 4, 7, and 11 Grove Court in Edgewood. A notice of hearing was sent out by my office on September 8th to a John Rochelle. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. And the third property is case 25-8041. Property is 89 Camino de los Ranchos. A notice of hearing was also sent out on September 8th to a Jose Duran at 19862 US Highway 84, Hernandez, New Mexico. The issue in all three of these is whether there's been a violation of the nuisance ordinance. Just some housekeeping on how this works. The county has the burden to prove a violation of the ordinance by a preponderance of the evidence. Resolution 156 has the rules for this hearing that was mailed with all of the letters I referenced. I'll summarize the process. This is an informal process. The rules of discovery and evidence don't apply. Irrelevant, immaterial, and other like information may be excluded. I give the appropriate weight to all relevant and material evidence. Each party can present 20-minute opening statements. We'll have the county go first, then the owner or occupant. The county will then present its case. The county will call witnesses, and the owner or occupant of the property can cross-examine the witnesses. The owner or occupant then can present his or her case, and then there can be closing statements by each side if they would like to make them. All individuals testifying will be under oath, and I will then, after the conclusion of the hearing, have 5 working days to issue a decision. Mr. Martinez, I'm going to let you decide, since we have 3 today, which one you would like to proceed with first. There we go. Now it's on.
Yep. All right. Thank you, Hearing Officer Ziegler. We'd like to begin with case 25-8001, Paseo Los Pareas. And the reason for that is because circumstances have changed, and I'll go through that in the summary.
And I'm sorry, which one?
It's going to be case number 25-8001, Paseo Los Pareas.
Okay. Let me, before we get going, first, do we know, is anybody that owns that property here today? Okay, it looks like they're not. I'm gonna go ahead and put you under oath, and then you can do your opening and whatever else.
I do, yes. Joseph Martinez, Santa Fe County Code Enforcement Supervisor. The address is going to be 240 Grant Avenue.
Okay, go ahead and proceed.
So good afternoon, Hearing Officer Ziegler. Again, my name is Joseph Martinez. I'm currently serving as the Santa Fe County Code Enforcement Supervisor, and I'm here to present case number 25-8001 regarding the property located at 3 Paseo Los Pereas, owned by Mr. Joseph Thomas Perea. This case is presented under Ordinance 2023-04, the Nuisance Abatement Ordinance, due to the violations involving abandoned and inoperable vehicles and the accumulation of trash and debris that constitute general nuisances. So this matter began on December 19th, 2024, when the county received a complaint about conditions at the property. A site visit conducted on December 31st, 2024, documented the violations with photographs and an inspection report. An aerial view was obtained to support the investigation. Ownership was confirmed through the warranty deed, and a notice of violation was issued on January 2nd, 2025, followed by certified mail and on a letter that was sent on January 3rd. Despite these efforts, no compliance was observed. A follow-up inspection on April 1st, 2025, again documented ongoing violations, and another certified notice was sent the following day. A final notice was issued shortly thereafter, but still no corrective action was taken. The county pursued a criminal complaint, but that case was eventually dismissed so that enforcement could proceed under the Nuisance Abatement Ordinance. During this process, property tax records and an obituary were also obtained as part of the county's due diligence. A notice of written order was then issued, and a subsequent inspection on August 6th, 2025, confirmed that violations persisted. In preparation for this hearing, a legal notice was published at the property and posted with notice on September 9th, 2025. Since the notice of hearing was posted on the property at September 9, 2025, the current tenant has taken proactive steps to address the violations. The tenant is a surviving heir of the property owner and is currently attempting to begin probate proceedings. On September 24th, 2025, a follow-up inspection was performed, and it was noted that the property had been cleaned up, bringing it substantially into compliance. The only remaining issues are 2 inoperable vehicles and a small pile of trash. Santa Fe County Code Enforcement will continue to work directly with the tenant to ensure these final violations are addressed. Therefore, while we are presenting this case today because it was already set forth for a hearing and could not be withdrawn, we only respectfully request that the hearing officer take no action at this time. Santa Fe County will continue to collaborate with the tenant until full compliance is achieved.
Okay, did you have anything further on that property, or is that concluded? Okay, so at this point, you're not asking for any action, you're just, I guess, making me aware of it, and hopefully you guys can work things out.
Yeah, that's correct, Hearing Officer Ziegler. Unfortunately, we can't withdraw once notice is posted, and so no action was taken by the tenant until after the posting was up and he was informed of what was going to take place today. So,
okay. So I think that can conclude that matter, it sounds like, and I'll let you choose the next one that we'll move to.
The next case that we would like to present would be case number 25-8041, 89 Camino de los Ranchos.
Okay, and just a reminder for all these, you're under oath for all of them, or is there anybody here for that property? Okay, sir, would you come up real quick and just give us your name and we'll swear you in? And come up to the microphone.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Jose Duran Jr. My father passed away last year.
Okay.
Yes. The new address is the one you have. That's the correct one. 19862 C as in Charlie, Hernandez, New Mexico 87537.
Okay. Mr. Duran, you can take a seat for now. Mr. Martinez will do
Yes.
his thing, and then it'll be your turn. Thank you.
So again, good afternoon, hearing officer. My name is Joseph Martinez, Santa Fe County Code Enforcement Supervisor. I'm here to present case number 258041 regarding the property at 89 Camino de los Ranchos, owned by Jose A. Duran Sr. This case is brought forward under Ordinance 2023-04, Nuisance Abatement Ordinance, as the property has remained in violation following a significant fire that left the structure unsafe and created general nuisance conditions. The county's involvement began on February 21st, 2025, when a site visit revealed extensive fire damage, a collapsed roof, and debris scattered across the property. These conditions were formally documented in an inspection report on February 24th, 2025, supported by site photographs. Ownership of the property was later confirmed through probate court determination, ensuring that legal notices were properly directed to the responsible parties. On February 25th, 2025, a certified letter was mailed to the owner requiring corrective action, though it was returned unclaimed. This prompted Santa Fe County Code Enforcement to do additional research. In early July 2025, Santa Fe County Code Enforcement officers were able to locate an obituary for the property owner. A notice of written order was subsequently issued on July 9th, 2025, and additional legal notices were sent to the addresses on file with the Santa Fe County Assessor's Office and publication in the Santa Fe New Mexican. In addition, public posting on September 10th, 2025 ensured full compliance with notice provisions of the ordinance. Follow-up inspections conducted on February 25th, March 11th, July 10th, and July 25th, 2025 confirmed that no corrective actions had been taken and the property remained in a hazardous and unsafe state. Violations included the accumulation of trash and debris, structural hazards from the collapsed roof and deteriorated walls, and the property being left vacant and unsecured in violations of Sections 3 and 4 of the ordinance. The site continues to pose health and safety risks to the surrounding community by inviting trespassers and diminishing the use and enjoyment of nearby properties. Therefore, in conclusion, despite repeated inspections, multiple notices, and ample opportunity for corrective action from any responsible party, the property has remained in prolonged noncompliance. Therefore, Santa Fe County Code Enforcement respectfully recommends that the hearing officer uphold the county's findings of nuisance violations and authorize the initiation of the clean and lien process as outlined in Section 10C5 of the ordinance. Specifically, we recommend that the fire damaged structure be removed, the property cleaned and restored to acceptable standards, and that the county continue maintenance until recovery of all costs through the lien. This action is necessary to protect the health, safety, and welfare of the community and to ensure compliance with county law. At this time, we'll go ahead and present the exhibits and documentation that we obtained throughout this investigation. So first up is the Exhibit A, which is going to be the inspection report that was conducted by Code Enforcement Inspector Armando Rodriguez. At this time, he observed that the structure was in a dilapidated state. At that time, Inspector Rodriguez obtained site photos, and that's going to be Exhibit B. Exhibit B shows the exterior of the structure off of Camino de los Ranchos. Additionally, the photos in Exhibit B show that there was substantial damage due to the fire on the east side of the property. All the windows are open, and you're able to enter the building. Photos of the interior show the roof collapsed, again due to the fire, and that also the floor still was open and allowing for general nuisances to be present inside the building. Additionally, trash and debris still remained inside the building under Exhibit B. Exhibit B also shows the photo dated 2/21 at 9:55 a.m. shows exterior damage due to the fire. Also in Exhibit B is the roof where it had collapsed. In addition, we find tagging from individuals trespassing onto the property on the exterior walls. In addition to the property, it appears that some of the material inside had been taken out and left on the ground. We got a little bit wider shot of the entire property off of Camino de los Ranchos, showing the extent of the damage of the roof that had collapsed. And then we got evidence that this is 89 under the unique tagging.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that.
Under the unique tagging where someone had tagged the building, with spray paint. Additional photos showing the extent of the damage, and Exhibit B also showing damage to all the structure and the nuisances around the structure that was on the initial site visit. Exhibit C is going to be a copy of the First Judicial Court probate showing that Jose A. Duran Sr. is the property owner. We were unable to locate any other probate showing that there was anything that was being transferred over. So at this time, even though deceased Jose A. Duran is still the property owner, senior. Exhibit D is going to be a letter that was sent to the address that we had on file to a P.O. Box 19A Chile in Hernandez, New Mexico, addressed to Mr. Duran, advising him of the issues and requesting that he contact us. This was going to be dated February 25th. Exhibit D, additional documentation showing proof of ownership to Jose A. Duran. Exhibit E, an inspector report. Inspector Rodriguez made a site visit on 2/25. A documentation showing that we tried to reach out to the letter, showing that it was returned. Exhibit F, the certified mail with the tracking numbers. Exhibit G, we have another inspection report showing Inspector Rodriguez, again, attempting to make contact and documenting that he had received a letter back from the property owner. Exhibit H is going to be the notice of written order in this, informing the property owner that unless action was taken, that we would move forward with the nuisance abatement. Also included in Exhibit H is all the items in which the property was in violation. Exhibit I is photos from a site visit that was conducted on July 25th, 2025 at 10:24 a.m. Again, showing the exterior and the damage that was caused by the fire. Also included in Exhibit I is some of the damaged material on the exterior of the building that was left, and so causing a nuisance. At this time, the property started to get overgrown with trees and that were causing a nuisance to the property. The trees began to engulf the property, and so right now, there's trees all around the property. They're in Exhibit I. Also shown in Exhibit I is going to be the proof that the posting of the notice of written order at the property. And again, additional photos showing the extent of the damage. Exhibit J, additional photos. Exhibit K, a copy of the obituary from DeVargas, showing that Mr. Duran was deceased. Exhibit L, documentation from the Santa Fe New Mexican of the legal posting of today's hearing. Exhibit M, evidence showing that a poster board was posted at the property, indicating that this hearing would occur. In addition, photos were taken at that time on September 10th, 2025 at 9:11 a.m., showing that the property still remained in the same condition. And then finally, the final exhibit is a copy of the nuisance abatement ordinance of 2023-04. So with that, that concludes our case in presenting to the hearing officer.
Okay, thank you. A quick question. Mr. Duran is here today, Junior, I guess. Have you had any discussions with him about whether they have any plans to clean up the property?
Myself, no. Today is the first day that I have met Mr. Duran Jr., and so I'm actually very happy that he's here. That way, perhaps this may result in some kind of progress and being able to come into compliance.
Okay. Mr. Duran, would you mind coming up to the microphone?
Hello again.
Hi. So first, I'm sorry to read about your dad. It looked like he had an interesting life. But now is your opportunity to present your case or tell us,
Yes.
tell me what you have to say about the property.
Yes, I'm fairly new to this. I noticed that the address was wrong when they tried to contact my dad. It was on Route 4, Box 19A. I never saw any of his mail coming through or anything that got returned. I'd like to say that. And you now have my new address. Aside from all notices being mailed to the wrong address, I do want the house thrown down. I do have 2 bids to throw the property down. The second owner of half of the house is here, Bobby Martinez. But since the land is deeded through the warranty deed through my dad's name, I'd like to see how much it costs to throw everything down and get it cleaned up. And I'd have to touch base with the county since I haven't even met them. This is my first time meeting them. But I am in agreement with the structure being thrown down, cleaned up, and sold. I just want this done, completed.
I'm sorry, have you gone through probate for your dad's estate? In other words,
The executor is here with me today, and we have all these tax documentations where my dad paid every year. We have the paperwork where the property is. I just don't have the paperwork like this exhibit that I have today that I can go through today and speak with the county today.
okay,
Or make an arrangement to meet with them.
okay,
This is all new to me.
sure. And as I understand it, you didn't get the first few notices, but you did eventually obviously get,
I got the letter for today's meeting and I'm here.
yeah, okay. Well, do you have anything else to add?
No, I don't. I want it thrown down, I want it cleaned up, and I want to sell it.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Martinez, do you have anything further? Do you want to take a few minutes to talk with him separately? Is this something you want to pursue, or how do you want to handle it?
So, Hearing Officer Ziegler, we would like to pursue and talks with Jose Duran Jr. However, at this time, we still would like to request that a resolution be created, because we understand that even though it might be in the best intentions of Mr. Duran Jr. to be able to do these things, that it may still not happen. And so at the conclusions, I'd like to make a statement about that and what our recommendations would be.
Okay.
Yeah, and so, yeah, we'd like to enter into negotiations with Mr. Duran. But however, like I mentioned before, if we need to take it further with BCC, that we'll do so at a later time as well, so.
I'm sorry, I couldn't, I know you said you want to enter into negotiations with him, but are you asking that I make a decision in this one, or are you asking that I hold off and you can come back to me?
Just a moment. Yeah, no, we're still looking for a decision based on today's hearing. That doesn't preclude us, though, from being able to withdraw from the BCC. And I think that was the point that I was trying to make, is that we would like to get the decision, but if we're able to come to resolution, then we won't present the resolution to the BCC. Yeah.
Okay, so, Mr. Duran, do you have anything further to say today?
Other than I have two bids, or would like to listen to their bids, I just want it thrown down, I want it done, I want to sell the property.
Okay,
Is it-
I appreciate that. Mr. Martinez, anything else?
So just, Hearing Officer Ziegler, just want to make sure we get it on the record that we're very happy that Mr. Duran Jr. showed up today, and that we're willing to work with Mr. Duran and be able to come to compliance. But again, the nature of the violation, we recommend that this structure be removed, and that's what we're asking for, is that that you will give us a decision today based upon this recommendation, for us to be able to give us authorization, if need be, to approach the BCC and ask for adoption of the resolution, so that we can go ahead and move forward in abating the nuisance.
Okay, so, Mr. Duran, I have 5 working days to make a decision, and then after that, recommendation goes to the Board of County Commissioners. And I think what Mr. Martinez is saying, he would like for me to make my decision, but he wants to have communications with you. If you guys can get things worked out as far as addressing what he views to be the issues, then it may not go to the board. Of course, it depends on my decision on what I find. If that makes sense, and I think that's all we have on this one, we can move to the final one.
Thank you, Hearing Officer Ziegler. The final case that we have for today is going to be case number 25-8025, 4, 7, and 11 Cedar Grove Court.
Okay, do we have anybody here for that property? Okay, come on up, sir. Right now, what I would just like you to do is give me your name and your address, and then we'll swear you in, and then we'll go back to Mr. Martinez.
Okay, my name is John Rochelle, and my address is 4 Cedar Grove Court. Yes, I do.
Okay, Mr. Rochelle, if you'll take a seat, and then we'll call you up here in a little bit.
Again, good afternoon, Hearing Officer. My name is Joseph Martinez, Code Enforcement Supervisor for Santa Fe County. I'm here to present case number 25-8025 concerning the properties located at 4, 7, and 11 Cedar Grove Court, owned by Mr. John Mark Rochelle. This case is presented under the ordinance 2023-04 nuisance abatement due to repeated violations that include abandoned and inoperable vehicles, accumulated trash and debris, and substandard building conditions. This matter originated in July of 2024 when Santa Fe County received complaints from neighboring constituents reporting the accumulation of debris, junk vehicles, and the deteriorating condition of abandoned manufactured homes. These complaints were followed by additional reports in August and September, confirming the ongoing nature of the nuisances. Ownership was verified through warranty deeds, ensuring proper notice to the responsible party. A site inspection conducted on July 30th, 2024, documented these violations with photographs, and a notice of violation was issued the same day. Despite these efforts, no improvements were observed. A subsequent inspection on February 19th, 2025, again confirmed that the property remained in violation, and a notice of written order was issued on December 10th, 2024, with confirmation of receipt by certified mail. With continued noncompliance, a criminal complaint was filed on February 20th, 2025, in an attempt to bring the matter before the courts. However, during this process, inspections in May 2025 demonstrated no measurable progress. Ultimately, the county dismissed the criminal complaint on August 21st, 2025, in order to proceed with the formal nuisance abatement process. Legal notice of today's hearing was posted on September 9th, 2025, thereby ensuring proper notice to both the property owner and the public. Despite over a year of sustained enforcement efforts, including multiple inspections, violation notices, legal filings, and community complaints, the property remains in violation. The abandoned structures, inoperable vehicles, and accumulation of debris pose ongoing health and safety risks to the neighborhood and diminish the use and enjoyment of the nearby properties. Therefore, Santa Fe County Code Enforcement respectfully recommends that the hearing officer uphold the county's findings of nuisance violations and authorize enforcement under the clean and lien provisions of Section 10C5 of the Ordinance 2023-04. Specifically, we recommend that the abandoned structures be removed, the property cleaned and restored to acceptable standards, and that ongoing maintenance continue until the county recovers all costs expended through lien. This action is necessary to safeguard the welfare of the community and restore compliance with county law. At this time, we'll go ahead and present the evidence via exhibits. Exhibit A is going to be the original complaint form that was filed to our office regarding the issues surrounding this property. It's dated July 30th, 2024. In addition, we received a second complaint from a different constituent dated August 31st, 2024, regarding the same property. In part, it says, I'm complaining about 11 Cedar Grove Court. This property belongs to Mr. Rochelle. The whole property seems to be covered by a non-permitted junkyard. Additionally, we received a third complaint dated July 1st, 24, Exhibit B. And finally, we had a fourth complaint also included in Exhibit B. Exhibit C is going to demonstrate ownership of the property to Mr. Rochelle. In addition, there's Exhibit D's with a quitclaim deed showing proof of ownership to Mr. Rochelle. Exhibit E, photos from a site visit that was conducted on July 30th, 2024. These photos are going to show the inoperable or abandoned vehicles, the general nuisances, as well as the abandoned and structures with substandard building conditions. So in these photos, we've got accumulation of trash and debris, the abandoned vehicles, including a boat, appliances, commercial filing equipment, abandoned vehicles. We've also got the photos of the substandard conditions showing that the structure is unsecured. Additional vehicles with car parts and repair equipment. We've also got RVs on the property. commercial equipment, dump trucks, trailers. Again, additional RVs on the property as an Airstream that's abandoned. Manufactured home. Miscellaneous trash and debris, stockpiling of materials. In Exhibit E, we have tires, inoperable equipment, additional photos just confirming the violations in Exhibit E. There's also an RV, a drivable RV that's abandoned on the property. Again, manufactured home on the property. Again, stockpiling of material and debris on the property. And so go ahead and we'll move on to the next exhibit. Because all of this is just redundant information showing, proving that the violation was present when we made the site visit on July 30th. Again, additional RVs. Exhibit F is going to be a notice of violation that was issued to Mr. Rochelle. This was dated on July 30th, 2024. We also have an inspection report conducted by Code Enforcement Officer Armando Rodriguez. During this visit by Officer Rodriguez, he also verified that these issues were still present on February 19th, 2025. Manufactured home seems to have caved in at some point in some of the photos there on Exhibit H. We still have stockpiling of material and debris, still abandoned vehicles, appliances, open storage, trailers. Exhibit I is going to have a notice of violation that was issued on December 10th, 2024. This was going to be a notice of written order. Actually, I apologize, that's Exhibit I is a notice of written order informing the property owner, Mr. Rochelle, to take corrective action, or that Santa Fe County would go ahead and move forward with legal action. Exhibit J is going to show the certified mail notifying the property owner. This led to Exhibit K, which is going to be a copy of the criminal complaint that was filed in magistrate court.
What's the status of that?
We dismissed that case because the thought process is that we could come through the nuisance abatement in order to be able to achieve a compliance. So we've got Exhibit L is photos that were taken on site visit on May 16th of 2025. Again, the conditions have not changed. We still have abandoned and inoperable vehicles, open storage, trash and debris, construction material, open storage, commercial trailers, farm equipment, abandoned and inoperable vehicles, trash and debris. Abandoned manufactured home, still present on site, still with the vehicles, still present, abandoned vehicles on site, open storage, trash and debris in various locations, stockpiling of material with the pipe, and then the tires. And then the abandoned the second manufactured home, the property that's abandoned, the RVs that are abandoned. There's a hot tub being openly stored on the property. So Exhibit M is going to be the notice of dismissal that was filed by county attorneys. So that case, as of right now, is closed. Exhibit N is going to be proof for Santa Fe, New Mexican of the legal postings for this hearing. We've got Exhibit O, which is going to be September 9th, 2025. During this site visit, the poster board was posted at the property, informing the property owner that this hearing was to occur. And then the final exhibit, of course, is the 2023-04 nuisance abatement ordinance. So with that, we conclude our presentation at this time.
Okay. Mr. Rochelle, would you please come up? So first, you do have the opportunity to ask Mr. Martinez questions, or you can just tell me what you have to say. That's up to you. Go ahead.
Okay, I'd like to say that to begin with, there's many of those pictures aren't of my property. They are nearby properties. I know who owns them, but they're not mine. But I will admit that most of that is mine. Also, I'd just like to say that Exhibit O shows a picture of the driveway, where there is proof that many of the things that were complained about are gone now.
I'm sorry, let me just stop you. Exhibit O, I'm sorry, tell me again what you're saying about Exhibit O.
If you go, there's Exhibit O has a picture of the driveway, the street sign. And if you look, you're looking down the driveway at that point, and that shows, I wish I'd have brought pictures, but it shows that many of the items that were complained about are gone at this point. And I have done a significant amount of work to the property, and I'm continuing to do so.
So Exhibit O, you're saying shows that some of the property's been cleaned up? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And I guess as you're looking, we have Exhibit O up.
No.
Can we bring Exhibit O up?
I don't know that it's,
Hang in 1 minute.
okay.
Thanks. I think they're having a technical problem.
There's a good picture of you. But that was right there.
Right there?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
There is trailers and stuff that were, and cars that were in the other pictures that aren't there now in that picture.
When did you remove them?
Let's see, the trailers were removed quite a while ago, probably 6-8 months ago. And the cars that are gone, I would say that are right down this row are gone now, and were gone probably 2 months ago or 3 months ago.
Okay. And I think you had indicated some of the other pictures show property that's not yours. Is that what I heard?
Yes, I could probably go through my pictures that I was just received and show you, if you want to scroll through them, I could show you.
You brought hard copies of photos?
No, he gave me some copies of photos that were taken.
Okay.
Let me grab those.
These are the same ones we looked at?
Yes.
Okay,
This one is not of my property. This one. Okay, this is Exhibit E. I'll go ahead and pull it up. Okay,
what's that? Yeah, so tell us, so Exhibit E,
that is of my nephew's property, which is kind of in the middle of mine, but it's not mine.
hold on, let's find it. What time is it stamped?
It is stamped 11:07 on the 7/30 of 2024.
Hang on a minute. You said 11:07?
That one, right there, that was not mine. That one is not mine. And the one next one, I think, was not mine also. That one's not mine.
Okay. Any others that show the
Oh,
property?
yeah, there's a bunch of them here. Let me see if I can. I think maybe this is about it, but all these pictures here are not of my property.
Which exhibit?
Okay, let's see. We have, it was 2024, 7/30, 11:07.
Okay, so Exhibit E.
That one, that's that one right there. That one's not mine. And then this one is 2004, 11/13 of the same date.
Okay, hang on.
And that one's not, if you go a little slower, I could tell you as they go.
Okay,
Go back a little bit. One more. No. That one's not mine.
okay, why don't they walk through it on Exhibit E, slowly, one at a time, and you can say which one is not.
Okay. That one's not mine. That one's not mine. That one's not mine. That one is. That one is. That is, but that's some of the stuff that's gone now. That one's mine. That stuff is gone. That's mine. Then some of that stuff is gone. That's mine, and most of that stuff that's there is gone. That stuff is all gone, except for the trailer in the background is my niece's. It's not my trailer, and I'm trying to get her to get it off my property. So that's the cars are all gone in that row. Trailer, that stuff is gone. Some of the cars, the bus is still there, and the boat is still there, but the rest of the stuff is gone. That stuff is the cars in the background are gone, and the area is cleaned up. It's not as it should be, but it's a lot better. That stuff is gone. Oh, that stuff's gone. That's gone. Oh, that's not mine. There, that's my nephew's. There.
That's not your property?
No, it's not my property. That's not my property.
By property, we're talking about the land. That's
Legal
not yours.
ownership of that is not mine.
Okay,
That's not mine. That is. Yeah. That's mine. That's mine. Mine. That's gone, though. That's mine. 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 That's not mine. That's not mine. Mine, that is. Yes. 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 No. Yes, but some of that stuff is gone. Yes. 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 No. 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 That's probably most of what I was talking
Okay.
about.
So, let me make sure you own 4, 7, and 11 Grove Court, is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. And your testimony going through Exhibit E is, some of those are pictures of your property, some of them aren't,
That's correct.
okay? And, I think you stated earlier that you have been working on cleaning up your property.
Yes, I have.
You've removed some of the vehicles and trash, but not all of it,
Correct.
okay? And do you have plans to remove all of the inoperable vehicles and clean up the trash and the other issues?
Yes, I do.
And when do you think you'll have that done by?
Um, I think I would need probably at least 6 months or more.
Okay. Go ahead. Did you have other things you wanted to say?
I guess that's probably it.
Okay. Now Mr. Martinez can ask you questions if he'd like. And so, do you have any questions, Mr. Martinez? No questions? Okay. So, Mr. Martinez, do you have a closing that you'd like to make? And then Mr. Rochelle, after that, if you want to add anything, you can do that.
Thank you, Hearing Officer Ziegler. First of all, we'd like to thank Mr. Rochelle for coming today and explaining some of that. We appreciate that, offering some clarification to some of the evidence that we presented here today. Despite that, though, the majority of the evidence that we did present was still accurate. And based upon that evidence with the tires, the open storage, and the material that's still present on the property, and we'd like to acknowledge that if Mr. Rochelle had made some efforts to clean up, we'd like to continue to work with Mr. Rochelle to be able to gain compliance. That said, though, we still would like for the hearing officer to make a determination similar to what was in the prior case. That way we could go ahead and if it turns out to be that we need to take the resolution to the BCC in order to be able to gain authority to have the ability to bring this property into compliance while we continue to work with Mr. Rochelle. If it's the property cannot be cleaned up in a timely manner or in a manner that is going to bring up to compliance, then at that point we would be able to move forward with a resolution in order to be able to exercise the authority afforded to us to clean up the property.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Rochelle, do you have any closing arguments or statements you'd like to make?
I guess I'd like to say, I guess I need to inform the other people whose property is being complained about, because that will be part of what my neighbors complain about, them not knowing whose property it is or whatever, and I don't think it's, I think they should be cited too if I'm gonna be cited, and I mean, because what's gonna happen is I'll clean up my property and theirs will still be there, and the complaints will still keep coming in because the people who are complaining don't know whose property it is.
Okay, well, you can work that out with Mr. Martinez. Do you have anything else to add?
I guess that's it.
Okay, I appreciate that. I guess I would say the same thing I said with Mr. Duran, is I would encourage you to keep having conversations with Mr. Martinez. I have the 5 business days to make a decision, and That's the last matter, how property we have today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks to everybody, and that will conclude the hearing today. Thank you.